Hello. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's section of readings. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them, but for this installment, I'm going to use the Wild Reflections Tarot deck by Spell. If I can coordinate myself here, sorry about that. And I know there's a Spell website on the back here. I think it's over there. So if you want to check it out or find this deck, there's the information. You can freeze frame and check out what you want to check out if you're interested, naturally. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. And then there's a website at the bottom, heyhouse.com, somewhere down there. I usually find it if I look hard enough, but it's there somewhere, heyhouse.com if you're interested. Okay. And last but not least, I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0, the Fool. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to choose the element to decide which section of the minor arcana I'm going to use. These came from mathartfun.com, or the dice shop. The website is mathartfun.com if you're looking for that. That's where those ones came from. Okay, that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. Readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aries? Aries. Okay. This is the long game. I haven't even got the Oracle cards out yet, but it's about how much does it mean to you? It's the long game for sure. Something's weird because going forward in this situation, I feel like I'm not going to address something, and it's more about how I feel about it versus the actual not addressing it. So, where is this coming from? Where are we starting from here? The Sun card is very interesting in this one, because it's the sun shining through the clouds a bit. And it's like it's giving some more energy to the situation. The way this started, I feel like it was a point where maybe you had a change in your life that was unexpected, or at least partially unexpected, if that makes sense. This change happened, and it changed your viewpoints on a few different things. So it could have been, for some of you, it could have been a loss of a job or the start of a new job. Could be the birth of something, literally a child, or the birth of a friendship or a connection. I get for somebody, you literally bought a new car, and then that's what this is about. But like, it changed your perspective about how you handled things, how you view things. Things kind of evolved for you in that moment. Okay, so the trigger point with that is like it changed everything, but then it set you up that kind of like later on down the road, I had that change then, and now I want another one. There's a possibility coming forward. It's not, nobody's handing you anything. When I see a possibility coming forward for you, you're recognizing that you A, want it, and B, you can have it. I'd like to believe I can just make it happen, but I know that it's going to take the long game if I'm really going to get it. This reminds me, for example, like, say you work in the medical industry and you're like, I've gotten this far and I didn't think I'd be good at it or whatever. I didn't think I'd like it maybe. And you're like, you know what? Now that I've done it for a while, no, I got this. This is my thing. I just didn't know it until I did it. But now it's like, if I do 4 more years of schooling, I can do this other job that I would really love, but it's going to cost me 4 more years of schooling. That's how it feels. When I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles and a plan coming in with the Knight of Pentacles, yep. It's going to cost me some time. It's the long game. Can you do it? Definitely. Is it worth it? I'm feeling like this is very much worth it. Okay, this part seems very simple, this part. It's what we're coming up to after. It's what we're coming up to over here is. Okay, so the first step is making that success happen and not letting it stagnate. This is your moment to make your choice. This is going to be the most beneficial time to make it happen. So for example, I'm going to use that same analogy. I'm in the medical field, so whatever you are in there. 4 more years, I could have what I want. It's kind of like right now, the social aspects, the financing, all that is in the most beneficial spot it's going to be for this situation here forward is what I'm getting. And you can make this happen. If you're really going to do it, now is your easiest time to do so. It's still going to be the long plan, but it's like now is the time to move forward. Could you do it in like a few years from now? Probably. And I got a probably with a question mark. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. But like, there might be some things in your way. So it might be like, could you do it later? Probably, but you'll probably have to move some things out of your way. It's going to be more of a chore to get it started, let alone get through it. Right now, I feel like things are lining up where they need to for you. So it's good. And I feel like they're saying, if this reading is hitting, of course, do you see yourself doing this? Do you see yourself doing this? Is this one of those things where you're like, sooner or later I will have it? Because it's kind of like, if that's how you're feeling, now is the time. It's not going to get easier later. The Tower card comes in twice. It comes in the dice, and it comes in the cards. It may be kind of like a shock for you to run forward, but it might be a shock for people around you, the way you're going to move forward. You got to do what's right for you. I mean, I feel like you're going to balance it out and decide, like, is it just inconvenient for other people, or why are they so opposed, or why would they get in my way? Why can't it be my turn now? So it might be shocking for you and for others if you actually do jump forward now, but there's nothing wrong with jumping forward right now. I almost feel like some of you are kind of like on the fence, like maybe you're in a relationship or in some social situation where it's kind of like other people are like, no, not now for you, Aries, now for me, not now for you. And it's kind of like, no, maybe now for Aries too. Maybe now for Aries too. You definitely have what it takes to make this start. It's the easiest, most beneficial time for you to move forward. It's very straightforward to this point. It's just right to this is what it is. And I get very much that you want this. If this reading is hitting, you want this. I feel like there's social resistance around you, because I got the 10 of Cups on the dice, and I keep looking at this 4 of Pentacles, and I'm like, I feel like money is going in your favor as much as it's gonna. Like, it'll fall out the way it's gonna fall out. I feel like it's more social connection here for the majority of you. For the majority of you. They may not like it, but I feel like they'll get over it. I don't know. It depends. Look at your situation yourself. Like, it's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. When I keep pulling back to this, I see at some point you're planning on moving forward anyway, right? It's weird because no matter when you move forward, I keep getting resistance from the same social energy. I don't feel like that ever backs down. I feel like the social energy that's holding you back or trying to is trying to wait you out and trying to get you to drop it and move on to something else. I don't feel like they're ever going to give you a green light to move forward. So when you decide to move forward is when you're going to move forward. I don't see that support coming around you. So if it doesn't seem like it's there right now, but you're like, well, it'll probably be there later. I don't see for this situation. I don't think so. I don't know. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it for what it is. Does this make sense for your life? If you decide to wait, you might miss out totally. You might miss out totally. Again, when I saw that you could do it later, I got probably with a question mark. You might miss out totally if you wait. It depends how much this matters to you, how important this is to you. If you decide to go forward with it, there's going to be certain people who are going to poo-poo you, or I say poo-poo, give you an issue. When I say poo-poo, I feel like you're Aries. Like, all right, people have an issue. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like people have issue with Aries every now and then anyway. It's kind of like, yeah, people have problems. Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah. They have problems, so what? I got things to do. It's kind of looking at it like, if I'm going to move forward at all, does it really matter when? And I'm happy moving forward. If you want to move forward, this thing, if somebody's a little bent out of shape, let them be a little bent out of shape. I'm like, they'll get over it. I keep feeling that. Like, I know it sounds crass maybe, but I was like, they'll get over it. Because whatever it is, you got a lot of work to do. There's going to be stress either way, but there's success through it. I feel like the stress on this is because it's going to take a while. But you're going to find different ways to handle this. You got a lot of ingenuity. You got a lot of help coming at you. You have a lot of people helping you find different ways to do things. There will be stress. It'll be a lot of work, and there'll be a lot of stress, but you got this. You got this. You can make this. Again, it's the long game, and it depends how much it means to you. It will be stress, though. I mean, you got the 9 of Swords there. That is stress. That is stress, but with the 8 of Pentacles right with it is because you're putting all the work in. So again, if you had to put 4 years of schooling into this, it won't last forever. And before you know it, you'll be halfway through and you'll be like, all right, got this far. I didn't come this far to give up. You'll get through the rest of it and you'll get what you need. You're determined. You're determined to get through it if you want it. If this reading is hitting, I'm getting you're very determined to make it happen. This is interesting the way this is coming in. I'm going to just roll the dice on this. It's a very interesting, it's where it's hitting. It's not so much the card as where it's hitting. Later on, the people in your way now might show more of their true colors later. And I feel like if I chose what I wanted to do in the timing that served me best, I'm not going to be okay with people, I don't know, people showing their true colors. It's going to have a certain feel to it. It's going to be what it's going to be. But I feel like I'm going to look back like, at least I did what I wanted. At least I didn't let that hold me back. What is this last piece? So it depends on what it is. Some people might shift away and new people might shift into your life. And I feel like this is meant to happen. It's better if this happens. When I say it's meant to happen, it doesn't, for some reason, it feels like it doesn't have to happen. But it's better if it does, and you will go closer to where you want to be. Like if you follow your gut instinct and go where you want to go, you're heading towards the path that you're supposed to be on for this life. So take that with a grain of salt. I know not everybody believes in that way of viewing things, but it makes sense to me. It's kind of like there's not a lot of like extra explanation going on here. It's just kind of what it is what it is. And I feel like as this whole process plays out, people in your way today, it's either going to go one of two ways. Either they're going to get over it and they're going to get on board and they'll be fine, or they're going to be constantly a problem the whole way and they might just exit your life for that. Keep that in mind. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. This is James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.